welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading. But for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new readings every single day. And if you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer them through my website, innercircleguidance.com. I'm excited because I have a brand new deck that I'm going to be using today. Beautiful deck. Let's find out what the circle needs to know today. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Chalices on the bottom of the deck. Okay. The thing that I love about this deck is that it brings different messages forward in regards to the tarot. Not that it's messages that are completely different from the originals, but I feel like this deck in particular really channels specific energies of the different cards and the different suits that brings a different perspective on things. For this particular reading, what I'm seeing here, the Seven of Chalices is a card that has kind of two major sides to it. The first part is having a lot of, sorry, I'm recording like this for the first time and I keep seeing myself and it's very weird. Not used to it. The Seven of Chalices has to do with two different energies. The first one is it can be the window shopping card where it's kind of like you go out and you look at the different things that you want and then you decide, okay, I want this and this and this in the different areas of my life. But sometimes it also has to do with illusion, things being offered to you that are not what they seem, which is really indicated in this card here. We have the snake coming out of the cup, but the snake is see-through. You're not sure if this is a ghost or if it's tangible or what exactly it is, but there's sort of this illusion sort of energy to it. What I'm picking up on this overall energy here, and with the Seven of Chalices being on the bottom of the deck, is that this reading has to do with your passions, because we have the Wands cards here on the table, your motivations, which parts of those pieces are illusions and which parts of them are tangible, actual, real things. What I'm seeing is that with the Queen of Wands, you're learning how to direct the different passions that you have and how to direct that energy. Passion comes from the feminine power of creation. It's an energy that can be very sexual in nature because it is a creative energy. When we are in this sort of Queen of Wands energy, which I'm going to show it up close here, as you can see in this card, it might take a little bit of deeper looking here, but in this card, there's the Queen here that is sitting on this passion of energy and is manipulating it and sending it in the direction that she wants it to go. That's ultimately what you are being prompted here to learn. It is the lesson of this particular reading, but it also is understanding how to do that, how to manipulate that flow of energy to go in the direction that you actually want it to go. With the Three of Wands, the Three of Wands is about making sure that that energy is going and it is feeding the different energies and situations and people and relationships and things in your life that you actually want in your life. So with the Three of Wands here in this particular card, we have this woman who is feeding the embers of the fire with these flowers, and it's keeping the fire going. Sometimes when we feel disillusioned with our passions, or when things are out of alignment, that passion sort of dies down to the embers. It's up to you to choose whether or not you let that passion and that energy completely die out and it's like, okay, that's the end, we move on, or if you need to slowly rebuild it back up. What I'm picking up on here is that there is some piece of passion here that's in your life. It's like all the flames were there, all the excitement was there, and then it just sort of died down to these embers. It had you questioning whether or not you actually wanted this thing, whether you actually enjoyed doing it anymore. And I feel like it very much tied to your creativity. Now, for those of you who are artists, this might be your literal creativity, but for those of you who are not in that realm of being an artist, your creativity would be your perspective on something, that unique perspective only you have, or it would be the creative ability that you have in your life, so your manifestation skills in particular. When our passions die down to a ember, it gets us to thinking about not only whether something's in alignment, but whether or not the alignment is deep enough to continue that passion long term in the longevity of it, not just short term or not just temporarily. And what I'm seeing here is that there's some situation that happened where that's exactly how you felt. You felt like this thing that you loved or enjoyed or that you were doing, maybe it was a project or it was a situation or it was a particular perspective on something that you fed for a long time, kind of died down, and it made you question whether or not you actually enjoyed it or exactly what it was. My question to you, and what this reading is asking you to figure out, is it that the passion for that particular situation, thing, perspective, project, whatever, is it that you lost the love for it, or that it was out of alignment, or that it didn't bring you joy? Or is it the people that you were doing it with that didn't bring you joy? This is a very subtle difference, because with the Four of Wands being on the table, not only is that the 1111 card, but the Four of Wands has to do with building the foundation. When you build the foundation of the different areas of your abundance, then you are on solid ground to be able to build each level upon that. But when you are out of alignment with something, you start to find that that foundation is rocky or unstable. It no longer brings you the same level of peace or the same level of joy. Four of Wands is all about rebuilding, alignment, and spiritual expansion and growth. For some of you, the people that you may be associating with may be in this Four of Pentacles sort of energy. Now, the Four of Pentacles is an energy where you're holding on to something for dear life with such attachment that you are only seeing that particular thing. It's like you can't expand or grow. You're sort of stagnating yourself because you're stuck in this particular one-sided mindset. Or it can be that you are afraid of losing something, so you are not leaving your comfort zone. This can also be holding on to really negative mindsets. Now, this could be you in this particular instance, where you're realizing that the foundation that you were building maybe was not in full alignment with what it was you really wanted. Or you may come to realize that your passions and the way you were going about it maybe was not in alignment. Or you may come to find that these are other people in your life who are being very rigid, being very domineering, not working in a collaborative sort of energy that's making the entire process of what you're doing with your passions unenjoyable. In which case, it wouldn't be so much your energy that needs aligning so much as where you're putting your time and energy into the right people. Now, the Four of Wands indicates that with this new epiphany that you're going to have regarding this particular situation, you are going to end up on the right path. This is also an opportunity where the universe is giving you different options to see what it is that you actually want. Right now, with the Nine of Pentacles being on the table, you have the ability to step into a very creative, very successful, very prosperous sort of energy. But it may require you to step out of your comfort zone and be more independent, or do things in a different way that's very authentic to you, that maybe puts you a little bit out of your comfort zone. If you notice here with this 9, you can see she has a hawk that's sitting on her shoulder here. Hawks have a lot to do with independence. They are considered the messenger between the spiritual realm and the physical realm, and or bring messages from your intuition up so that you can feel it from your subconscious and actually be aware of it in your conscious mind. One thing that I suggest here is that you get very in touch with your feelings on this situation. If you feel like it may be the people in your life that's the main problem, where you're doing these things with the wrong people, you may want to try to pay attention to was there any time in which working with that particular person made you feel physically uncomfortable? Because your intuition will make your body feel uncomfortable when something's out of alignment, whereas you will feel peace and tranquility when something is in alignment, or even when something's neutral sometimes. Pay attention to how you feel. Did you feel more that feeling when you were working with this particular person? Are you feeling more that feeling because you know there's certain actions that you need to be taking in order to feed the fire or direct the energy that maybe you're not doing? Are you afraid to step out of your comfort zone? What actions need to be taken at this time? The Four of Wands is willing to guide and help you. Ask for support if you need it, but you have to actually take the action, the first step to get the energy started. Because if you don't incite the energy of change, then you stagnate, you stay the same. You have to start the energetic transaction to allow the divine to flow through you. And that's largely what this is about as well, is allowing your passions, your creativity to flow through you. When you are working on a project that's in alignment and you're doing it in a way that's in alignment, you feel that passion for what it is that you're doing. But when it's out of alignment, or when it's something that you are pursuing but you're going about the wrong way, you will start to feel stress, worry, and anxiety. There's a difference between the energy level there and what you feel in your physical body. Pay attention to that energy so that you can understand and recognize where you need to adjust, where you need to shift, so that you can put your energy into the places that it needs to go. Remember that the Queen of Wands also can sometimes be unfocused. So for some of you, this may have to do with a lack of focus, either in the way that you're going about taking action, or in the way that you are working with others, communicating with others, or that others are working and communicating with you. Figure out where the illusions are and where the real foundation is, so that you can continue to build upon the solid foundation, not the shaky one that's going to lead to the tower. So this is your reading. If it resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and comment your affirmation down below. Your affirmation for this reading is, I direct the energy that flows through me with intention. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.